The lore teaches the spirits of the highest air region. Let us first turn to the uppermost region of the air and see what spiritual beings are at home there and how they rule and reign. In this region, there are nothing but perfect spirits, and all such who were formerly physical men on the earthly body. These already enjoy light continually, for not even naturally it becomes completely dark at such a height. But in the spiritual nature, there is already a continuous, uninterrupted day. For this third region already shows a third, quite pure spiritual level, while the second region is not yet pure and is exposed to very frequent turbidities. But still more is it the first or lowest air region, in which, like on the first level, good and evil float among each other, like cabbage and turnips. We now know that the third region is home to the purest spirits of this earth. But why? What are they doing there? No spirit that passes from this outer, natural earth to the spiritual one, no matter how perfect he may be, can immediately ascend to the real, great kingdom of heaven. And this cannot be, because something still remains in the earthly body for its final perfection, which it can only absorb little by little. Only when he has absorbed into his being the last remnant of what belonged to him, refined and spiritualized, can he leave this region and enter a real first level of heaven. The spirit in and for itself, as the original principle of life out of me, certainly does not need anything out of the earthly body for his perfection, but his formal entity, which is the soul, this must unite again in itself up to the last atom. What was once given to it out of the endless fullness of my idea forming it. What was given consists of endless many particles of intelligence, which naturally cannot be made afloat all at once when the human being dies. There are parts of his body and specifics which he breathed in and out during his life. Also all wastes of his body, his tears, also other ejections of his body, even his clothes, his building. In short, everything that he has at some time produced and done by his power. All this must be absorbed by the psyche over time, as a kind of purified psychic specific, so that the spirit then has in himself an accomplished contemplation, and through this contemplation a clearest recollection of all that has gone on with his complete being, and what the whole and long way was like, from which he has again arrived at this his most primal perfection. The spirit could not get this kind of special recollection if he had not received in his psychic being everything that originally belonged to his being, and everything that he had acquired on this long circular way. That is why it is said that all the hairs on the head are counted, and only he who walks according to my teaching gathers, but he who acts otherwise scatters. Thus the spirit must wait for a while, until all that is his has been absorbed by his being. But how does the spirit recognize his own? That already lies in the eternal order. As each grass finds exactly its specific out of the endless specific mixture, even more exactly finds the spirit his own. But what does the spirit do in the meantime? He acts according to the laws of love, and thus rules in this region, and causes by his presence and by his loving action that this third air region exists. And for the time being, he settles and arranges the ways for those who come up as newcomers into this region, and assigns them a place and what to do. Then he commands in an edifying manner the already pure spirits in the lower region. And if there is friction and turbidity, he descends together with all of his kind as peacemaker and works there energetically. But when foreign spirits from other world bodies arrive here, he tests them, and if he finds them capable, he leads them down to the earth on the right ways, is present at the procreations by his influence, helps such new arrived spirits upon the way of the flesh of this earth, and then also sees to it that these spirits are led exactly upon those testing ways of the flesh, which ways they have decided elsewhere in the world to walk in order to become children of the Lord. In this third region walk and live the so-called guardian spirits of men, which is well known to you. However, these pure spirits are not yet soul rulers, nor can they be, because they still lack perfect knowledge and insight in many things, for reasons that have been made known above. Therefore, perfect angelic spirits are constantly above and among them, who always give these spirits the right instructions as to what they have to do and how they have to arbitrate. But for the spirits of this third region, this very third region is a glorious paradise, where they have everything that can ever please their hearts in their love for God. There are marvelous regions, which, however, depend on the nature of the spirit, because every spirit becomes the creator of his ground and the region in which he is at home. This region is exceedingly fruitful and rich in all things. The spirit enjoys everything there in abundance, and hunger is far from him. And behold, in this very enjoyment, the spirit gradually absorbs everything of his being that has stuck to the earth. And these fruits and the regions are formed in a reflective way, ascending from the earth into this third region psychologically, specifically. And the spirit recognizes them as his own, absorbs them into his cognition, and then only from this cognition comes into a formal seeing of what is his own. Then also enjoys the same and absorbs it completely into his being. When he has absorbed all this, and he owes nothing to the earth anymore, and the earth to him, then he has reached his complete solidity and can be taken up to the higher perfection into the kingdom of heaven. However, there can also be spirits who still have some things belonging to them in other world bodies, for reasons already known to you. These then also ascend to the spheres of those world bodies, from where they either got their main specific, or where they once already lived physically, in order to also fetch there what belongs to them. But all this on the way of love, which alone is the attracting principle. And all this must be done by free choice, in which every spirit strives to gather in himself what is mine, then bringing it back to me completely in his great love for me.